I have a really special guest with me today, Rachel Axler. She is the mom of a special needs little boy. How old is he now, Rachel?
He's 13.
He's 13. Wow. She is going to share with us what she's found. She was looking for natural solutions to help him with his kind of anxious feelings and being able to articulate his needs better so he wasn't so frustrated. So, Rachel, thank you so much for being with me and being willing to share what you've experienced with
Thank
the
you.
brain access protocol. It's pretty incredible what we're seeing.
It is pretty incredible. When I first found out about this from my cousin Jen, I looked it up and I researched it and said to myself, okay, this is about the gut. So I'm going to probably give this a try because my son not only has issues with verbal communication and frustration, he had a lot of issues with food aversions and responding to trying new foods. And it was very difficult. He would literally try one macaroni and vomit. I couldn't get him to try anything simple. I took him to speech therapy and tried to get him to try new foods little by little, but it didn't get me very far. So when this was introduced to me, I said, well, it's worth a try. If it's going to heal his gut, maybe that's the problem. About a week into taking the kids pack, my son comes into my kitchen and says to me, Mom, what's that smell? I'm like, oh, I don't know what I was making at the time. I should remember. Could have been soup. I may have been making chicken soup. He's like, oh, it smells good, he says. I mean, he says this a week after. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. He's never asked me what I was making in my kitchen. He's never liked a smell that I've had in my kitchen. And when he used to smell things in my kitchen, he would get nauseous and say, I hope I'm not eating that, or something of that nature. And anyway, it just kept getting better and better. And now I try new foods with him all the time. I mean, I don't try them in bulk, but I try them one at a time. And he's able to try a piece. Sometimes he'll like it. Sometimes he won't, but he doesn't vomit when he tries the piece. And he'll tell me, because now on this protocol, he's communicating better. Now, my son's always been able to communicate a bit, but he's never been able to find the right words to clearly state exactly how he feels about things. It's hard. It was hard for him. He'd get frustrated. He'd start whining, and it was difficult to get out what he was really feeling. And now, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Every month, something new started happening.
Wow.
And even his teachers at school are starting to notice, because the nurses at the school told me once he came in not feeling well, and he described to them how he was feeling. He pointed to where he was feeling. He showed, he gave them emotion of how dizzy felt. I think he went in feeling dizzy. And they called me to tell me that he told them this, and they follow me on Facebook and some of the changes I've been posting, and they said, I have to tell you this because I know this is what you're doing with him right now, but this is what we just saw. And they were so impressed. Oh my gosh. And I was so happy I cried because it's nice to know it's not just happening at home.
Yeah. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I just got the chills. Seriously. So for him to be able to articulate more of what he's feeling, what he's needing, that makes such a difference in their life and in the family's life and in school, right? So you're attributing all of these changes to this gut brain access protocol. Correct?
Yes. I wish I discovered it sooner, because obviously his gut was out of whack. I mean, and there were signs. I mean, with the vomiting and the nausea about silly things. Well, not silly things to him, but, simple foods. Mm-hmm. There was something off, but I never really knew what to do about that, because it was hard to control his diet. I couldn't go gluten-free with him. I couldn't do a lot of those other things because he was so picky. He had to eat. So now that he's able to tolerate all these new foods, I'm much more flexible about his diet now. I mean, he's always, he eats tons of fruits and vegetables. I mean, it's amazing. Every day is amazing. And he's got this cute little sense of humor. And now that he can find the words, it's quite funny, actually. It's quite fun.
Adorable. I've seen his videos and stuff. He's just so sweet, and you're such an incredible mom. So talk a little bit about what this protocol has done in terms of his, the anxiousness that he was feeling.
Well, I would say some of his anxiousness came from his frustrations, especially at school. It's frustrating. Stuff's hard. And what I've been finding, especially so he started on this pack in April. So he's been on it about 8 months now. So when he started school in September, they started noticing that he was becoming less frustrated with his studies. He was more attentive in class. He was paying attention, and his para, because he has a one-to-one para, really didn't have to help him as much, which is amazing, because when he would get frustrated, he used to whine and kind of get to this high voice, and then he just wanted to walk away and blow off steam and take a walk or whatever, and not necessarily complete the task. But now, I mean, it's amazing. He's attentive. I get all these good reports from school. I look at the notes and it's like, okay, attentive, the only one paying attention in class. I mean, it's so cool. It's so cool. Yes.
Wow.
I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy because I feel like he's not trapped anymore. Because I feel like when you're that frustrated all the time, and that's a lot of times what causes anxiety, I feel like sometimes you feel trapped in your own little world and you can't get it out. And now that he can express himself and he could focus better and he feels better, I think his quality of life is better. And wait, by the way, he's also not constipated anymore. He was on Miralax every day. He and I have that issue. He was on Miralax every day. And now about a week in to the kids pack, I decided to stop the Miralax to see what would happen. Never again did he get constipated. I give him that religiously every day. I give him the kids pack. I give him the kids fundamentals. And he has not been constipated since starting.
That is.
And he does not need Miralax anymore. Not even any breakthrough Miralax. Nothing.
That's huge. I mean, it is so huge because kids can't, especially real little ones, they can't articulate that they're constipated or their tummy hurts. You know what I mean? And again, those neurotransmitters are not being released if you're constipated, if the gut is out of whack. You know, it's amazing. That is so fantastic. So he's feeling better physically too.
Yes. And I think that's helped him also with his anxiety because he used to get anxious about that. Yeah. Going to the bathroom, am I going to be able to go? I don't know. And we have no more anxiety about that either. So
home run, life changing. These products are life changing. If you want to check them out and see some other stories like Rachel's and many, many others, thank you for being with us. Please let your people know that there are natural solutions for our kiddos, especially special needs kids. They really need all the tools. You need all the tools you can find to help them live a more productive and happier and more calm life, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. We'll see you again. Thanks, Rachel.
You're welcome. Thank you.